Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Finance. The Financial Accountability Office showed us Ontario is working with 3 sets of books, Speaker. Wow. That is simply ridiculous. We need 1 set of books, 1 true set of numbers to guide us. There's a way to do this, and that's for the government to follow the law, pass a regulation, and release their pre-election finance report. The Auditor General said, quote, "It's in the public's interest for the government to give us a pre-election report to examine as soon as possible with sufficient time to do our work. This will give us 1 number, 1 set of books." Speaker, will the government tell us when they will be bringing the regulation forward and when they will present the auditor with their pre-election finance report?
Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The reason there is a pre-election report is because this government mandated it because of the elimination and the fact that they held and hid a deficit throughout their proposals when they were coming into a budget. We are balancing the books, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the FAO for the work they're doing around the sensitivity. He acknowledges that our economy is growing, that we have taken steps to balance the budget. In fact, the public accounts, which is the one that matters most, is what has happened to the state, illustrate that we beat again our targets last year by over $3 billion to under $0.1 billion in terms of our actual results. So I acknowledge the work that's being done by the FAO, and I recognize that the member opposite, with his own promises, are unable to keep it because his own analysis states that they are not going to be able to achieve it. And I'll say more in the supplementary, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary.
Back to the minister. Families need to be able to trust what the government says about our finances. They deserve a true fiscal picture. That's only fair. But the Auditor General has refused to sign off on Ontario's books multiple times under this Liberal government. The auditor has 1 more opportunity, and that's to review a pre-election finance report. First, the government must pass a regulation confirming it will release a pre-election report by a committed deadline. We want 1 set of books so we can truly assess the damage the Liberals have done to Ontario. Speaker, I'll ask again. Will the government tell us when they will be bringing the regulation forward and when they will present the auditor with their pre-election finance report?
Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we are using the accounting principles that have been provided over the last 16 years. And in fact, an independent review of the government's pension accounting and other things that was commissioned illustrated by an expert panel concluding that the province's accounting treatments are correct. I'll leave those disputes to the accountants. But I'll say this, Mr. Speaker. Kevin Page, the individual that assessed the People's Guarantee, says the following: assessing the reasonableness of the estimates of the fiscal plan underlying the 2018 election platform of the Progressive Conservative Party, he says this: "We caution readers that the provisions of an opinion on the reasonableness of the estimates underlying the fiscal plan includes reliance on third parties for information." He says, we're not currently in a position to pronounce on those expectations. We look forward to seeing more detailed plans of the future. Their numbers are based on ours, Mr. Speaker, and they are estimating a deficit with what we're saying is